everyone. Giving a glimpse into my world with my little boy. Anyone else find random superheroes around their house? I do. Hey! And there's me being real. I was gone for a day and a half and came home to half folded, half unfolded laundry. Hey, Courtney! Oh, hey everybody. Whew. Hi, Teresa. I just gave my kids a bath, so I didn't even look in the mirror. Sorry. Whoo-wee. Oh, good, Rachel. I'm glad that looks similar. We can stand firm together in our laundry woes. Hi, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me. I know it's Saturday night, and you're either getting ready for church tomorrow or hanging out. Hi, Mandy. Oh, Amanda. Do you go by Amanda or Mandy? I just always look at your picture and think Amanda. Aw, thanks, Teresa. Hi from Texas. Aw, Marty. We're in South Carolina, so we are, I think, saying goodbye to cold weather. I think. I always say that. Oh, okay. So I can call you Amanda? Because I already... Oh, so I'm allowed. Aw, that's precious. Elevation Church is actually in North Carolina, up in Charlotte. So it's about 2 hours away from us. South Carolina is, as far as mega church, we have New Spring, Perry Noble. We have Seacoast. That's a pretty big church that has like satellite churches around. But here in Lexington, let's see. Oh, tell me about it, Jamie. Graceland. I can't believe we're all oily now. Oh, to have been oily, like, when was that? 10 years ago? So yeah, South Carolina is, I think, forever warm until next December. I know, we'd have had so much fun. We could have, like, been Royal Crown Diamonds within a year. Hi, Rainey. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, so I know it's Saturday night. I don't want to make this super long. I don't want to keep everyone's time. I want to just share a couple things that while they were fresh on my heart, and just kind of let you do with what you want to do with it. I will tell you, I'm not going to unfold all of what I heard at Multiply out of respect for those who have bought their virtual tickets and have not watched it yet. So I'm just going to share a couple things that kind of hit home with me and then talk a little bit about embracing yellow. So without further ado, let's jump in. So Multiply was an event, if you're not familiar with it. It was an event on leadership geared towards network marketing leaders. And so we basically got to go and hear, I think it was like 8 or 9 different, hi Tony, 8 or 9 different network marketing top earners, like big leaders of all different companies. There was no branding shared, so everyone was just there to just share their leadership tips, their success stories, their success or their failure stories, like everything. It was so good. Everything was 20 minutes long, so there's like these power punches, so you weren't getting there like going numb to the brain. And then interwoven, we got to hear from John Maxwell, the John Maxwell. So basically, if you went to a Multiply, or if you watched it live, or if you're watching it virtually and your life is not rocked, check your pulse, because it was just so dynamic. It was so good. And there are still tickets available to my understanding. So if you want to go and watch it virtually, just rewatch the recordings. it's worth it. It's so worth it. So I'm going to highlight a couple things. Like I said, I'm not going to give it away or make it or devalue anyone's ticket. But I just have to share a couple things that just hit so hard with me. And hopefully, if you don't have a ticket to go watch it, it'll inspire you to go and get it's like $30-something. It's so cheap. And then if you do have your ticket, I hope to inspire you in such a way that you go watch it all this week as fast as you can, because it's so good. So good. So it was definitely worth every penny. It was not $30-something for us to go live, but it was worth it. If it was $100 for a virtual ticket, I would be pushing this thing hard, okay? But it's only like $30-something bucks. So definitely go get it. And take advantage of this generosity. These are top earners in our industry, and they just shared. They just got up there and just shared their hearts. And so this was and they didn't make a dime off of it. They paid they funded their own way and stay and everything. And so this was a big, generous opportunity or a gift that they gave to us. So a few moments of conviction for me. Are you ready? So we got to hear from a man named Jason Bourne. I missed the nay part, so when I Googled him, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm typing in Jason Bourne. Is this the Jason Bourne? But it's not. So timeline on how long? Okay, yes, good question, Rainey. The virtual availability is for 30 days from yesterday. So it is a 30-day cutoff, so make sure you get on there and watch it. He opened with a great thing. I mean, he had 20 minutes your hair was blown back by the time it was over. It was so good. Yes, do it, Rainey. You will not regret it. So worth it. It impacted my parenting. It impacted my marriage. So it's so good. So Jason Bourne said something to open off the whole day, and it just, like I said, by the end of his 20 minutes, my hair was blown back. Like, he was so intense. But he said, success must happen inside of you before it happens around you. And that just was like, like we want to see success happen, but we have to let it, bless your heart. I know, I'm telling you, it was just an intense thing. And so that was a big one. Success must happen inside of you before it happens around you. Like I said, these were convicting moments, just recognizing whatever I want to see happening around me, it has to start in me. Our church just got done with a revival, and that was the whole premise of the revival was you want to see revival in your church, revival in your community, revival in our state, revival in our country. It has to start with us. Same for our business. If we want to see success happen around us, it's got to start with us. Yes, success must happen inside of you before it happens around you. The next thing I took away, and I'm not kidding, I probably could have sat and listened to this guy talk for hours. If you're familiar at all with the Amory was with me at Multiply. It was so fun. If you ever have heard Michael Jr., the comedian, speak, this guy reminded me so much of him. A lot of the way they said things and phrased things. It was kind of like watching Michael Jr. And he had very similar humor style. But Cedric Harris, I seriously could have sat and listened all day. That man is dynamic. I would tell you to go spend $30 just to hear him. I mean, his 20 minutes was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Business mindset changing for me. It was huge. But the big takeaway I took from him, yes, Cedric Harris. Cedric has a K on the end also. The biggest thing I took away from him, he does these things called sticky notes, and he shares a few. But the one that hit me the hardest was, what would your organization look like if everyone did what you did today? And that's encouraging and also convicting, because if you're doing all the things, then you need to be encouraged knowing that you're doing it, and just let the Lord take the rest of your business and run with it. But let me just tell you, if you're not doing all the things, we can't expect anything from our organization. So I remember my dad used to say that. He was a pastor, and he would be like, if everyone in the church did what you did, what would our church look like? If every member gave like you gave, what would our church look like? If every member served like you served, what would our church look like? And so that was always like in the back of my mind. So when I heard him say that, I was like, yes, that's so true. I'm telling you, Amanda, it hit hard. So what would your organization look like if everyone in your organization did what you did today? So it really brought it home because every day does count. Every day does matter. What would your organization look like if everyone? Yes. Thank you for writing these down. I appreciate that. So Cedric, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking Sophia the first language here. Cedric Harris. Like I said, it was totally worth the $30-ish for the virtual seat. So I was going to go into what he talked about with the rhinos. And then I thought, I don't really have time because I really want to jump into the yellow stuff. So I'm going to do a different Periscope on rhinos because I had my team comment in our business group different findings they found, like different facts that they found about rhinos, because Cedric Harris talks about being a rhino, how in network marketing you have to be a rhino. So like I said, you have to go watch it, hear him say it, and then I'm going to Periscope and just kind of bring my teacher self in on it and do my teacher spin on it and do some fun analogies, because my team came up with some great facts about rhinos that I have spun into some fabulous, in my opinion, application. So I'm going to do a different Periscope on rhinos. I don't want to take away from you watching it for yourself. So go watch Cedric Harris and listen to him talk about being a rhino. It is phenomenal. So worth every penny of the $30-ish. I'm not going to go into John Maxwell, because at this point John Maxwell is in my notes. I'm going to let you watch John Maxwell for John Maxwell. I can't repeat John Maxwell. It's just not going to work. I don't want to do spoilers. So go watch John Maxwell. Get your virtual ticket and go watch it. You definitely want to watch, yes, he was the man. Amory and I were he's like grandpa in the living room. You just want to sit there and listen all day long. Such wisdom, so much wisdom. Like I said, he impacted my parenting. He impacted how I approach my marriage and how my husband and I will communicate. And anyway, so good. Even ADD people. Yeah, Amory's living proof. Even ADD people could listen. But he was very step-by-step, very systematic in his teaching. How many hours? Let's see. There were, like I said, each person spoke for 20 minutes. Even John Maxwell, I want to say, spoke within the 20 minutes. So I would say collectively there was 12 segments or so of 20 minutes apiece. So, I mean, you could take 1 to 2 segments a day and watch it all in a week, Yeah, the 20 minutes go by so fast, so fast. Okay, the next person that came on was Sarah Robbins. Now, Sarah Robbins, she wrote the book, now I'm going to go blank. I'm pregnant. Forgive me. What was it? How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Please do, Marty. You need to. She got up and spoke. It was very inspirational. It was very motivating, but I'm not going to lie. I couldn't tell you one word she said. Because as soon as How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Thank you. What she said, I don't really remember a ton. She's that captivating. You're just listening and you're just enamored by her. But she showed a video of her wow come true. Her why come true. Her dream come true. And it was the opening of their orphanage in India. Can I just tell you, it will inspire you to work your hiney off. Even if an orphanage is not your why, you will now want to make it a why, part of your vision board, because it's necessary. They're needed, and water wells are needed. There's so much to be done on this earth, and our network marketing businesses provide the opportunity to fund things that our typical wallets can't. And so she was inspiring. Her video was super inspiring, so I'll let you see that for yourself. A guy named Mario Arizo, his story will just blow your mind. But the big takeaway I took from him was, don't fake it till you make it, faith it till you make it. And he near brought a sermon, you guys. He was just how big is your faith? And he just threw it out there. Is this something that you're just kind of, confident about? Or, I mean, are you like jumping out on faith and trusting the Lord to provide things? And like, he threw you out. He walked you on the plank and kicked you off. Cause I mean, he was like, you're going to go swimming. Go have faith that you can swim, you know? So don't fake it till you make it. Faith it till you make it. After that, a woman who does coaching for a business, not sports coaching, but business coaching, leadership coaching, I want to sit under her because, so her session was so impacting because oftentimes we have people, we have our business builders, right? I'm just going to talk Young Living terms here. So we have our business builders and they have the want, right? And we tell them, so that they have the want, and then we tell them how to do it. And so they are there, and then you show them how to do everything. But then there's this big gap. And this gap is, how do we get them? We told them how to do it, but they're not doing it. So our first reaction is to go back and train, like teach them again, tell them again how to do it, show them how to do it again. But then they don't, and so we go back and we teach them again. So she said where this big gap is called coaching. You coach them on how to do it. And that was a big deal for me because, I'll get into this in a minute, but because I'm a yellow, and I have a strong red. Oh no, is everyone losing connection? Oh, poop. Well, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know. Okay. Is it getting better at all? Okay, I'm just going to keep talking and I'll upload it to YouTube. I'm so sorry. But her coaching tips were incredible because it walks you through how to coach. I struggle with this idea. Okay, Catch Me account. I went to set one up, but you have to do it through Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I'm not on Periscope via Twitter. I'm on Periscope via my cell phone. So I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll have a link to my YouTube account, if that makes sense. What I was going to say was, I struggle with being confident in my leadership skills. And so when it comes to, but I'm also a very assertive personality. So if I see something that needs to get done, I do it. If I don't know how to do something, I figure out how to do it. I don't ask for help well. I don't seek out help well. I figure it out. I read about it, ask questions, I just figure it out. So when it comes to coaching, I'm kind of like, I don't know how to tell people to do things because I just do them. Just figure it out, you know. That's not effective. I'm learning this the hard way. So her coaching segment, I took a lot away from that. She gives you like 5 tips on how to coach. And it was just, they were very practical. And at the end of the day, the biggest thing was just asking questions to lead them to confidence and to empowerment. The last one that really hit home with me was by Tiffany Mallet, and she does this whole comparison on popular leaders versus transformational leaders. Sorry, my eye itches. Talk about a whoa, as she like spells out and compares the different attributes of a popular leader versus a transformational leader. And I tell you what, as we go and talk about yellows, guys, if we're not approaching this as from a transformational leadership standpoint, we're blowing them a huge opportunity. But luckily as yellows, that's kind of the way we're wired. And so I would say if you're a red or a blue, this is a big deal to really grab onto. She would be someone to go sit and watch for sure, because I think if you are a people, like you want people to like you, or you are a drive at home type person, it's going to be hard to push yourself towards being a transformational leader and ignoring the whole popular leader. So, Okay, Rainey, I'll get to it in just a second, I promise. Okay, I'll see you later, Courtney. So yeah, popular leader versus transformation leader. Big takeaways. So that's the multiply. So let's talk about yellow builders. Yellow leaders and yellow builders. This is a big deal because since I've been with Young Living, I feel like whenever people start talking personalities, the color personalities, the frustrating part is how do I motivate a yellow? I don't get it. I hear that all the time. And I know I'm a yellow, but I've even scratched my head. I don't know how to motivate yellows, you know? I guess to kind of put it in perspective, reds are very driven. Blues are very fun, excitable. Yellows are very nurturing. And greens are very analytical, very structured. To put it in YL terms, Young Living terms, blues they may want to attend a live meeting to interact and experience the products before enrolling in Young Living. A red personality may want to see the compensation plan before enrolling in Young Living. They want to know, like, cross my T's and dot my I's before I jump into this thing, you know? A yellow may want to hear about the Seed to Seal process and Young Living Foundation before enrolling in Young Living. What's the heartbeat of the company? What's their agenda? That's what a yellow wants to know. And then a green may want multiple double-blind studies and reference books before enrolling in Young Living. So all these things are amazing. They're all great. And a lot of us have different or multiple different colors that make up who we are. We all do. But I've just noticed, you had to take the test, Rainey. You might surprise yourself. I know a lot of us have surprised ourselves. And so a lot of times I see when people come out to be a yellow, they're like, oh, I didn't know I was a yellow. Or I see I've got yellows on my team. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to encourage them. Like, I just want to motivate them. And it's like, yellow just kind of seems to be this, like, what do we do with the yellows? I don't know why. It just seems to be that way. I had to take it with my husband to make sure I was taking the test right. So, yellow, here's what I wrote down. Yellows are nurturers. Yellows are relational. They crave community and connection. Like, if anything, they just want their members to have relationship. They want to have a community of people that they belong to, okay? A big thing with yellows is they want to be known. They want someone to want to know them. They don't have to be known in front of everybody. They don't have to be the center of anything, but they want people that know them to genuinely want to know them. They want to just know that people are interested in who they are and care about who they are. Yellows want to be acknowledged for who they are, not what they do, in my opinion. Oh, I'm sure you did, Laura. But yeah, they want to be known by who they are, and be valued for who they are, not by just what they do necessarily. Not that what they do doesn't matter or they don't want the recognition for that too, but it's so important before anything that people value who they are as individuals. So that's kind of in a nutshell a yellow, okay? And please hear my heart. Like, I'm still wrapping my head around the personality stuff. Like, it's a lot to take in, but it's actually really important. So it's something that you want to it's something you want to wrap your mind around. So something that kind of stuck out to me that John Maxwell did share, and I was going to share this only because it really does apply to yellows in a very impactful way. He talks a lot about being intentional. A lot of it, I'm sure, was taken from his book, Intentional Living. Mine's supposed to arrive tomorrow via Amazon. But he speaks to intentional living and things that he does every day. When he goes to bed at night, these are things he walks through his day and makes sure he can check off this list. So every day, he makes sure he values people. He finds a way to value people. Every day, he adds value to people, asking himself, was I a plus to that person or a minus? And that's a really hard question to ask yourself, and it's a big awareness moment, I'm sure, for a lot of us. But he makes sure he adds value to people during the day. Number 3, he looks for ways to add value to people. So I guess I just kind of blended those two by accident. The 4th thing is every day he does things that adds value to people. So every day value people. So that's a mindset, right? Every day add value to people. Double check yourself. Are you a plus or a minus? 3, look for ways to add value to people. So be on the lookout. Be intentional about finding maybe people you don't know and just add value to them in their day. And then 4, every day do things on purpose that add value to people. Intentional living with significance. That's a big thing because selfishness and significance are not compatible. Now this rung really loud for me because I'm a yellow, and I thought, and this translated into my student ministry and to my business, because I thought to myself, well, heck, if I'm relational, like if that's my thing is people, then am I being intentional about adding value to their life, to their day, to their business, to their fill in the blank? This was a big takeaway when it comes to nurturing your builders in general, but it was a big wake-up call on how to encourage and to invest into my yellow builders, because that is going to mean something huge to them. I mean, not that it's going to not mean something huge to like everybody, but oh my goodness, like we have to be intentional about adding value. And so that was a big takeaway from John Maxwell to apply to my business when it comes to really motivating. Hey, Tara. Oh, so good to see you. Are you in New York yet? Did y'all make it? But I lost my train of thought. So that was really big, and just thinking of how to approach my yellows, how to be intentional with my yellows. Oh, bless your heart. More driving tomorrow. I hope you get good rest tonight. And like I said earlier, the YL personality stuff I get from Deborah Rayburn's Road to Royal book. Like I said, a yellow may want to hear about Seed to Seal process and Young Living Foundation before enrolling with Young Living, and that's because they want to know what are the values? Like, how is this company going to add value to my life? How can I add value to that company? Like, how am I going to be able to contribute? How are they contributing? Do you see a theme here? Like, yellows want to be able to have an impact. They want to be able to make a difference. And so how can they make a difference? Give them opportunity to make difference. And you do that by exposing them to things like the Young Living Foundation. You encourage them with the oils by really teaching them the Seed to Seal so that they can feel confident in sharing Seed to Seal. Other things, showing them the trips that they can take to Ecuador and to Uganda. There's a group going to Uganda this summer. What's the right word? Sharing the news stories about Gary Young in Nepal and what Young Living is doing to help rebuild Nepal. It's incredible. Those things ring loud to your yellow people, members, builders, everything. Those are big deals. This is my own thing, okay? But this is not Bible. This is not Young Living. This is Sadie's own thought here. But I'm convinced that if you can get your yellow builder to either convention or to Silver Retreat, you've got them for life. They're not going anywhere because Young Living's heartbeat oozes at anything they put on. You get them to an event where Young Living is displaying their heart, displaying their agenda, you've got a yellow sucked in close, and they're not going anywhere. You can't beat Young Living's heart. You can't beat their global impact. You can't beat the way their business is structured. So that leads me to my next thing. So I mentioned this in the Future Diamonds group. Last night they had, unfortunately I think my phone's about to die, so I'm going to get my plug really quick. But last night Monique organized a bunch of diamonds to stay behind and and do like 3 sessions of like living room conversation, okay? So the first session was like a bunch of female diamonds, and they talked about how they do their business as a family, or with a family, but how they do it, growing a family, raising a family, all that. And then the second hour was all the guys, so that was really cool to watch and hear. And then the third hour was, it's so good. The third hour was on personalities, all the different personalities. So I got to see all these different diamonds, and they all shared what their color personalities were, or their DISC, D-I-S-C personalities were. And can I just say, every time someone said a yellow, I was like, another? Because I kid you not, the other day I asked some of my upline leaders, I was like, are there any yellows up in the diamond ranks? Like, are there? I feel like everyone we see and hear and watch on Periscope and all these things are all reds and blues. You don't see a lot of greens. You don't see a lot of yellows. And it's like, are there any up there? Are there any in the diamond group? And every time, I kid you not, out of probably the 15 diamonds they had up there, ranking from diamond to Royal Crown Diamond, yeah, April Pointer is a yellow, and her sister is a green. She's in our upline too. Every time, like out of the 15, I would say almost half were either primary yellows or secondary yellows. And so I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm just like, there are so many yellows in the diamonds. And one of my upline leaders, Hannah Tallow, pointed out, she said, sometimes most of the time we don't hear a lot from them because they're not the out loud and in front diamond leaders that are on Periscope and social media and stuff like that. And so it was so encouraging to hear from yellow leaders and to hear how they handle things, to hear how they function with their families and just things like that. I identified with them. So some big stuff that I felt after I listened, it dawned on me. I was like, Young Living is designed for, yes, not everyone has to be out there. So true. I'm yellow and I'm headed to diamond. Go you. Me too. Tara and I are actually racing. So we've got a blue and a yellow racing to diamond. So we'll see. Who's got more red, me or you? Are you blue? What's your secondary? Are you a blue-red, Tara? Yeah, you're a blue-red. I'm a yellow-red, so we have enough red getting us there. Yes, Alyssa and I'm a yellow-red. You're a red-yellow, right? So it dawned on me, Young Living is perfectly designed for yellow personalities because Young Living is about heart. Young Living is about relationships. Young Living is about people. It's about a great product, but our product is about people. It's not about a house. It's not about anything else. It's not about decoration. It's not about adornment. It is about our wellness, our purpose, and our abundance. And I'm just sitting there thinking, how have I never thought of this before? Because it spells out a yellow personality to a T. A yellow personality is a caring person, but they're not always sharing. I have yellows on my team that I have literally sat down and been like, stop sharing. You're sharing all your product. Because they just give and they give and they give, and if people want to try it, they just give more and they just share their hearts out with their products. I'm a little more selfish with my products. They're mine. I bought them for my family, and my family gets first dibs on them. If you want them, go buy some. I'll show you how. This is how we do it. And you've got community, and I'll give you resources. And so rather than sharing, I'm much more on the educator side of things so that they can be empowered and equipped. But I have a lot of builders that are huge, big sharers. And so I think Tara said something earlier about sharing is caring. Like, yes, a big personality trait of yellows is that they share a lot. But as a yellow, and a very strong yellow, I'm much more of the educator part. And so I'm really big and empowering and teaching. I'm like, I want you to feel confident. I want you to not need me. I don't want you to have to lean on me. I want you to feel solid and strong. And so there are very differing types of yellows. But in general, Claudia, in general, yellows are about people. And so how are you feeling? I hope you're feeling good. So that it hit home with me so hard. Young Living is a yellow personality's dream business. And here's where it hit home again for me. So when I first started with Young Living, I got my kit at the end of October. And then by December, I was senior star. And by January, I hit executive. And I'm sorry, I get out of breath when I talk. I don't know why. I'm 19 weeks pregnant. And it's like my breath is just gone within seconds. So by executive, I was like, okay, I have a business going here, but we're in church ministry. This is not going to work. Is he really? Gary's a yellow? I knew we were BFFs. I knew it. But I was really afraid of the business side of it because I did not want to be a turnoff. I didn't want people to see me at church and go, oh, she's going to come talk to me about oils. Or if I got to know somebody, oh, she just wants to get to know me to get her in her, for me to get in her business. I didn't want that reputation, so I was very hesitant, very resistant, to the point that God convicted me heavily because my husband and I have all these dreams. We have these desires. And yes, that does make sense. He does cry a lot, doesn't he? But we have all these dreams and desires, and financially we were going to have to really buckle down and start saving a ton. And so the Lord spoke to me and he said, would you please be aware of what I'm giving you, what I am blessing you with. You have simply shared, and I have grown you a business. Trust me and let me fund your dreams through this business. And it was just like a light bulb moment. I thought, I can't go into this business just because I want a bigger house or a brand new van or a car or for anything materialistic. That does not resonate with me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like things. I like buying things. I like shopping. But that does not motivate me. That is not where my heart just jumps and runs. So it had to be bigger than that. And God, of course, knows that because he designed me. And so when he said, I'm going to fund your dreams with this business, I'm going to fulfill your calling through this business, I was like, done. I'm on board. Whatever I got to do, tell me and I'll do it. And it's been moving forward ever since. So one of the speakers that spoke at Multiply said this. Let me get it so I don't butcher it because I've been known to do that lately too. He said, where is it? Jordan Kemper, view every dollar bill on your paycheck as a certificate of helping another human being. View every dollar on your paycheck as a certificate. We missed you, Claudia. There's too many of us to not have everybody. You know what I'm saying? View every dollar bill as a certificate of helping another human being. Okay. Done. Full stop. If that right there does not incentivize your yellows, either they're lying to themselves or they just genuinely do not want to do the business. And hear my heart. That's okay. If someone does not want to do the business, then don't pour into a person that doesn't want to do the business. It's okay. Not everyone's called to do the business. Not everyone is purposed to do the business. That is okay. But mercy day, if they are, and that right there does not grip their heart and help them realize your paycheck is not just money for materialistic things. It is a certificate. It is a acknowledgement. It's a record keeping of the people you are helping. So that is motivating. That is probably the biggest way I have found or even considered, and I don't know why I never thought of it before because that's how God hit home with me, was that you're helping people. It's an awareness factor. It's like, oh, I helped that many people. When you see your paycheck rise, it helps you realize you're impacting more people. When you see your paycheck go down, it's an awareness moment. What do I need to be doing? What should I be doing more of? What have I quit doing? What have I started slacking on? Those are questions we have to ask ourselves. Jordan Kemper, Jordan Kemper, Kemper. So that was a really big wow moment for me. Was look at every dollar on your paycheck as a certificate every dollar a certificate of helping someone. And that revolutionizes how a yellow views their paycheck. Because I have builders in my team that just, the money doesn't grab at them. The money isn't that big of a deal, whether they have money already or they're just not driven by money. I'm not driven by money, but it sure is nice to have it. It sure is nice to pay all my bills off up front every time I get paid. Done, all done. No more bills to worry about. That's really nice. I love having that freedom. But it wasn't until I realized my paycheck with Young Living is going to fund my dreams of adopting, of global ministry, of debt-free living, of giving however we feel called to give, giving at every opportunity we're presented with. Like, those are big deals to me. And so I would venture to say your yellows on your team are incentivized not necessarily by the money, but what the money can do. And like I said, Young Living is set up and they're designed to go hand in hand with a yellow personality. And so highlight the heartbeat of Young Living. Get them to convention. Help them get to convention. Get them to the farms. Get them to the trips. Tell them, say, listen, if you'll work with me and I can get you to silver, you're going to go on a retreat and you're going to see firsthand the heartbeat of our company, where it started, how it's done. Like, you're going to see so much. And I'm telling you, you get them to convention or silver retreat or anything Young Living is putting on to where they can hear the heartbeat behind the company, and you'll have them for life. I'm just convinced of it. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think that's it. So yeah, make sure you're adding value to them. Make sure they're feeling valued, and don't show them the money. Show them what they can do with the money that they're going to make with this company. And I think that's all I had. Any questions? Aw, thanks, Claudia. Like I said, I didn't want to give away too much of the multiply. I just had to share a few things. But I want everyone to watch it. You have to watch it. There's just way too much to miss. Way too much to miss. Your business can't afford you not to watch it. I'm just going to throw that out there. And like I said, I'm going to do another Periscope on being a rhino, because that was probably my second biggest takeaway from the whole multiply experience. And so, how to be a rhino. And like I said, my team came up with some great facts about rhinos, and my teacher self kicked in, and I've got some great application for these rhino facts. So please, if you are interested in rhinoceroses, join in on the next Periscope. But with that said, I'm going to sign off and say goodnight and go see if my kids are asleep. They better be. We have a big day tomorrow. The link is still in the groups, right? I believe so. The rhino one, I probably won't do it anytime too soon because the people are still watching. So I'll probably give it another week or two. Aw, thank you. That's really kind. Okay, well, you guys have a blessed Saturday night and go love on a yellow. Figure out a way tonight. Oh, last thing. Wow, that was the other thing. Wow. What is wow? Hang on. Wow it stands for within 1 week. What will you do within 1 week? So my challenge to you is your wow within this next week, something you will do within 1 week, is how will you add value to your yellows on your team? And think of a practical, intentional way to add value to your yellow builders and do it within a week. All right? Okay, y'all have a great night. Bye.